Alright, now that we're in Photoshop, you can look over to the right on the layers palette. You see the two layers? Well, the bottom one was the one exposed for the foreground, and the top one, which is what you're seeing here, is the one exposed for the Milky Way. Now if I turn the top one off, you can see exactly what I did here. And click back and forth, you can see that the camera had not moved. Though you can see how the Milky Way and the clouds moved. That just shows the motion, how the stars move and how the clouds move. You know, normally very too slow for you to notice. But anyways, the important part is the foreground didn't move. So what I'm going to do is create a little mask right here. Then I'm going to go to the quick selection tool. It's right above the crop tool, and go to this up here. Go to the center one, make sure that is selected. And right now I'm just going to do a real quick rough selection. And that's quick selection. That's why it's called a quick selection tool. Now, Control 1, if you remember, and spacebar to move. What I'm doing here is just making sure that the selection is accurate. So I'm going to minimize. I'm going to go to this one, reduce it, because I want to kind of remove the sky a little bit. Alright, point is to go back and forth and make sure that you have a very accurate selection. Let's see here, now go through, see how accurate it is. And I want just the foreground and nothing else selected. And it actually looks pretty dang good. So I'm going to zoom out real quick and then go up to refine edge. In this case, I'm just going to feather it. I'm just going to feather it. And I'm going to feather pretty good, like maybe about 2 pixels about. I would say 2 pixels. And boom. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is come here to the gradient tool again. And go to black as a foreground color. Make sure that you're on from black to transparent. Kind of go with a lower opacity. You don't want 100%, maybe 80%, 70. Let's go 70%. Let's go from there. And start from the bottom, and you work your way up. Just enough that you can make sure that the whole foreground is covered, and boom, voila. See, you just blended the foreground, the bottom layer, with the back of the sky, and the top layer. Let's just deselect this real quick. And you look at it. Look at that. Both photos have been merged together. Now I'm just going to delete the, or not delete, but hide the mask here real quick. See how much darker it is down here on the bottom? That's what it was exposed for the Milky Way. Now back to the mask. See how much more information is brought up? So I decided maybe I'll just add a little more of the effect. So back onto the mask. Image is selected again, back to the gradient tool, black mask. And I'll do just like what I did before at a much lower opacity. And just come up again. Make sure you're on the mask. There you go, and not on the layer itself. I think that'll be a little better there. Brighten up the foreground a little bit. And voila, yeah, we're pretty good. Now, if you're really working on an image, you probably really want to work on an image and get it perfect. You would spend a little more time on the selection for this lesson, because right down here is kind of imperfect. And actually, you know what? Just in case you do make this mistake, I'll show you how to do it. Just real quick, shift, click, select both layers, and click Control G to group them. Now you got both photos that you use for blending into one group. And stamp the layer, Control Alt Shift E again, and go to Spot Healing Brush tool and just come in here real quick. Just any tool that'll just kind of help clean these lines up and blend in. That's a cloud, that's fine. It'll work. And there's one little spot over here that'll take care of it. Yeah, that's actually not that bad, to be honest. Not too concerned. That'll work right there. Boom. See? That's how you merge two photos. Okay, everybody, so now that you've seen how to merge two different photos or two different exposures, I'm assuming you probably still want to see me go through my post-processing techniques again. Okay, you got what you want. So instead what I'm going to do is I'm going to speed it up. Just let you watch real quickly what I do, and it's going to go pretty fast. So sit back and just watch me go bonkers. And enjoy the music that goes along with it. It'll be music that'll pretty much fit with my life in general. And before I do that, start off with make sure that when you do have these two layers like this merged together and you group them together like this, that you do start from a solid layer, which essentially was a stamp from the two layers below it. Just make sure you start from there. Alright, see you at the end. Bye.